Okay, hello, this is Dr. James, and today I'm going to show you how to replace the rotors and brake pads on a, let's see if we can see the name of this car here. It's a Kia Optima. And, well, here we go, here's the Optima. There we go. Kia Optima. Okay. Yeah, so let's get started. Lots of fun here. Okay, hello, this is Dr. James, and this is a new car to me, 2007 Kia Optima, and I'm going to put it in gear, and it seems that the back right tire, the passenger tire, is making some kind of horrible noise, and it actually get very loud when you put on the brakes and stop. Let's just drive this around for a little bit. There, it's getting louder. Sounds like a jet plane or something. Really horrible sound. I'm not sure if it's something in the brake. I guess they have drum brakes on the back. I've never worked on drum brakes before. There we go. Or if it's maybe a bad bearing or something. Let me just try to. It's not as loud today. It used to be really, well, or maybe I'm getting used to it. It's really kind of annoying though. But so when you're driving slow or putting on the brakes, it makes that sound. But let's try going faster. The sound usually goes away. Okay, I guess it's getting better. But I don't know if I want to drive the car too much with it making a sound like that. We'll put the brakes on again and test it out. So what I'm going to do, I think, is try to take off, maybe jack the car up and take off that back tire back there and try to look in there and see if I can figure out what's going on, why it's making that noise back there, because that does not sound good at all. Okay, so let's take a look at our car here. So here's the car, the Kia, and it is this back tire. Sounds like where the sound is coming from is making this horrible noise. So I pulled the jack out, and it looks like we have a jack here, and we got a hooky thing that hooks into this guy, and then it looks like this guy has a part to receive that. This is an oval shaped part here, so we can put this guy onto there to crank it up and down, like so. Oh, come on. There we go. And there's the jack in all its glory. Very cool, huh? So let me get this onto the lift point over here. Okay. And I think we'll be good to go then. Get this guy down a little bit. Oh, I see. Lift point's a little bit further forward. It's like right in here, because there's some plastic under there that you're not supposed to stick the jack under, probably, so I'm putting it in that little oval part. Okay. So let's get this guy jacked up, and we'll take a look at the tire. Here. Okay, so let's just try to break these nuts loose. Okay. And try it before I get the whole thing jacked up. Oh gosh. Righty-tighty. Yeah, I'm going the right way, right? Okay, anyway, try to break them loose before I get the jack up. And hopefully they're not rusted on too badly. Okay, so here we got our tire jacked up. Let's just try turning this. Let's see what it sounds like. Okay, that's a wonderful sound. Let me take the tire off and see what's underneath, see what's going on. Okay, so we got the bolts off the tire. Let's pull this thing off and take a look at what's going on under here. Holy cow. Holy cow. I've never seen a rotor that bad before. Yeah, well, I hope the calipers are not destroyed. Oh my gosh. Wow. Now, they are not drum brakes, they are disc brakes, and gosh, I hope I don't have to change that caliper. Wow. That is bad. Holy cow. Okay, so I guess this car needs a brake job. Let's take a look at this a little bit more. There is no pads at all on that caliper. It's just grinding metal. It needs new rotors, that's for sure. Wow, look at that. Holy cow. Wow. Okay, so I guess we'll be changing the brakes on a Kia Optima. And rotors, too. Okay, so the way these brakes are looking, I'm thinking they might need our buddy WD-40 here. Let's just... Oh, come on. We'll get all the bolts all penetrated up. And I'm probably going to have to pull these calipers off. So, let's get some light on the situation here. Come on. Okay. Another bolt back behind here. Should be. Huh. Where is that other bolt? You gotta be kidding me. Wow. There's one bolt there. Where's the other bolts for this thing? Is that it down there? That's not easy to get to. There's another one down there. I don't know. What the heck? These calipers mounted right to the frame or something? Oh my god. Okay, let's take a look at the new rotors, make sure they kind of look like the old ones. Make sure I got the right ones here. Okay, wow. There we go. They look like on the back. Over here. Compare it to what's down here. Okay, I think it looks like the same type of thing. Okay, wow. See if we get that caliper off. Okay. Well, I was just taking a look at this thing. Okay, this is causing the noise. It's like just flaking off, and it's got some kind of housing that goes around the rotor. It makes it difficult to work on the back side, it looks like. Oh god, this is just all flaking apart. I don't think this thing's necessary anyway. My god, this crap probably like breaks off and gets into the rotor and helps destroy it. Gosh. Anyway, I think I'm going to try to take off this top bolt up here, and I'm not sure where else this caliper is held on. It almost looks like it's held on to the suspension. I hope it's not. I hope I'm wrong about that. What a freaking nightmare. Okay, let's take a look here. We have a 14 millimeter. Okay, 14 millimeter socket here. And let's try to get this top nut off, or this bolt off. Back here. Back behind. Okay. Let me change the orientation. Is that right? Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey, right? Okay. So that should be right, I think. And we'll see if we can loosen up this top bolt back here. Okay, that bolt was rusted pretty good. And sometimes you just need a little bit of persuasion. And there we go. I think we're getting it loose now. Sometimes it helps if you stick like a pipe over this too or something. I have a pipe. So let's just pull this bolt out of here. Okay, there we go. And I don't know. I have to figure out if there's some more bolts holding this stupid thing on. I think possibly there is. Usually they only have 2 for this one. If you just want to change the brake pads, you can flip this guy up, and then they'll have 2 for the whole caliper, which is a bigger issue to take off. But I was looking back and I couldn't tell what bolts are what, because it has a lot of bolts back there. So we got the top one off here. Get the light on. Okay, so that top one came out of here. And put that away, and I'll see if I can figure out what other bolts have to come off this thing. Okay. Okay, I'm trying to figure this out. I hope it's not what I think it is, but it could possibly be the worst frickin' design ever, because it almost looks like here the bolt that holds this caliper on is underneath the suspension thing right there. There's a bolt up inside of there. There's like a Y thing in there. It's unbelievable. And then see, there's a bolt up inside there. I think that might be the bolt that holds the caliper on. I hope it's not. I'm not finding the other bolts unless they're in the back. I could maybe take off these bolts here, maybe one of them, and try to flip this caliper up just to get the brake pads out of there so I can have more room to work on it. If you just change the brake pads, you could just take off this bolt and flip this up. We're going to try that first so we can get in here, because this thing is so... I can't even believe this. Look at this. Let's see if we can spin this thing. This whole thing just... look at that. Just all destroyed in there. Anyway. Okay, so here is this bolt is also a 14. Okay. Now let's get it on there. Get it on past this brake line. Jesus, really? This car is so... I don't like the design of this car at all. Oh my god. Don't tell me I'm going to have to stick some kind of... No. Really? Oh my god. This brake line interferes with this bolt. This is so bad. Maybe I can do this one down here. Oh gosh. try to flip the caliper up this way. I'm going to need a hammer to bang on that, I think. Yeah. Okay, yeah, I was able to break that bolt free. Okay, let me get this frickin' bolt out of here. Oh. Anyway, that's the bolt from that thing. Wow. Usually they're longer. Usually they go through this. Okay. Let's see if I can pry this part up. Oh gosh. Oh, there we go. Look at that. Who says that hammers weren't good for anything? Oh gosh. Oh, look at that. Okay, so there's our solenoid there. And these brake pads, I guess. Try to pull these things out, these clippy things. Okay, so you can push down here to release it from the bottom. There's also one on that side. Come on. I need a screwdriver so I don't tear up my fingers. Okay. Gosh, this thing keeps on wanting to crush my hand. Okay, come on. The back ones are hard to get out. Maybe I can just pull out these. Oh, come on. Anyway, gosh, I gotta get a screwdriver, I think. Try to pull these things out. There's little spring things that hold these pads in. These pads gotta come out. These spring things gotta come out. And I don't like twisting the brake line that much. Okay, here we go. Okay, here we go. Get in here and just pry this thing up a little bit. Come on. Pry it out of there. Come on. Let us coming out for a second. Come on. There we go. And these rotors are destroyed anyway, so putting a screwdriver in there is not going to hurt it. Anyway, let's get this brake pad out of here. Oh, come on. Oh, gosh. Okay, there we go. Okay, I got the front one out. Look at that. Wow. Metal on metal. Holy cow. Let's see if we can get the back one out now. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna have to fiddle with this. There we go. Okay, the spring popped out on the top. And it looks like the spring comes out easy at the bottom too. And there we go. Wow. Okay. Gotta figure out how to get this rotor out of there now. Look at that mess. Okay, it looks like this bolt here has got to be taken out. Looks like that probably holds it in place. There's no way you can pull that off without taking that bolt out. Looks like there's only one. And this thing might need to be taken off too. I don't know what the heck that is, but it looks like it's covering up that part. So those things I think have to come off. And I'm not sure if I have to remove the whole caliper or whether I probably can't get it out just by sliding it off, but let's see what we can do here. Okay, let's get our friend WD-40 here on that screw. Looks like this thing's a rubber thing. I'm kind of prying it up, so maybe it doesn't have to come out before. But this screw, I'm pretty sure does. Okay, so we'll try to get that off first, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so it looks like you need a big screwdriver to take this screw off. A big Phillips screwdriver. And so I got the biggest they got. Oh, come on. I'm going to have to... You know what I'll do? I'll put the brakes on so the hub doesn't move. Should have it on anyway. I just wanted to check some things. So I took the brakes off. But when it's up on the jack, should probably have the brakes on anyway. Okay, that ought to lock it in place. Okay, there we go. Oh, look, it came out easier than I thought. Oh, very cool. Okay. Okay, so there's that screw. Let's put that one away. And I did look on the internet for some advice, and they did say that this stabilizer arm, let's see, where is it? This thing right here is covering up the bolt that you need to undo. And so you have to undo it from the back there, and up at the front, and take out all these bolts, and it looks like it's so much fun. Okay, so that will be our next project, I guess. Okay, so here we go. Let's see. 17 millimeter. Okay. Let's see if we can get it. So here's our caliper. Here's that rod thing. And it goes right back to here. Get that on there. Okay, so you can see where that is. And we will try to break that bolt loose. And then we'll have to do the ones in the front. How much fun, huh? Okay, so let me get some WD-40 on that bolt in there. And if you hadn't noticed, I put a little bit of a lever arm on there. My jack, it's the only thing I had, and maybe we can use this to break the bolt free. I'll let the WD-40 soak in for a little bit first. Very cool, huh? Okay, here we go. Try to break that bolt free. Come on. Oh, yeah. Look at that. It's coming off like butter. Ooh. Okay. Okay, looks like it's coming out. I hope the thing doesn't shoot like a freaking spring or something as soon as I get it out. They recommended something about using a crowbar, and I don't have a crowbar handy right now. Just as long as the car doesn't follow me, I'll be fine. Oh, gosh. Oh man, I can't believe what a freaking design. on. That's a long bolt. Oh my God. Is this thing ever gonna come off? Oh my God. I think that's it. There we go. Okay. And so here's that bolt. Oh gosh. Look at that. There's our bolt from that back of that lever arm. I may need a wrench to hold the front because there's a through bolt on the front. Okay. Very cool. Okay, so that rocker arm in the back was a 17. And, okay. So here is our next bolt. And I think you actually even had to undo this because there's no way you can really get to that bolt without removing this caliper bolt here. What a pain. This thing's like a Chinese puzzle. Okay, so this bolt down here, it looks like it is a 19. Can we see that? 19. Okay. And I may need to, it's a through bolt, so it has a nut on the other side. I may have to stick a wrench on that to stop it from turning. And let's get our ratchet on there, and we'll see if we can break this one free. Actually, you know what? I gotta put some WD-40 on these bolts first. Let's do that. Okay. Okay, so here, got a wrench on the back side, and got our giant lever arm here. Let's see if we can break this free. Oh, there we go. Looks like it's coming. Yes. Excellent. What a stupid design. I can't believe this. Okay, I think it might be broken free. We should be able to take this nut off. Okay. And here we go. Oh, come on. I'm gonna have to hold it with the wrench, I guess. The wrench fell off. We'll get that nut off of there. Okay, so again, here's our caliper. Here's that bolt that holds that tension arm on. And get the nut off of there. And see if we can slide that bolt out from the back. There it is. Oh gosh, really? It interferes with the shot. This is such a bad design. I can't believe this. Okay, there. So that bolt is out. There's our tension arm. Okay. We'll have to remember how that came out. I'm going to stick it in the car. Actually, I'm going to stick the bolt back in it in the orientation it was in. And so we don't forget. Come on. So our bolt was through here like that. I'll put the nut on it to keep it all together. And there we go. Look at that. Okay, so we should be able to get to the nut on the back of that thing now. Okay. Very cool. Let's take a look back here. Okay, so here's that nut that was behind that stupid tension bar. Let's see if I can get a socket for that. Okay, so I test fitted that socket. Let's see, where's the number on this? It's a 14. Let me get it on here. And, oh God, what a pain. Oh God, this is the worst in the world. Look at that. That's where the socket goes. You can even see that. Right between those two things. And I don't even know how I can turn it. What a terrible... This is such a terrible design. I can't believe it. Look at that. And that's where that socket goes. Now let's see if we can... I can't put my pipe on it. It's going to be hard to hit it with a hammer. I can't put it going up because the brake lines and everything else is in the way up there. Oh my God, what a terrible design. Anyway. Okay, let's see. I put an extender on there. Look at that. Oops, excuse me. And maybe I can grab this arm out here and torque it really hard. I think I can. I have to put the camera down to do that, though. Let's see if we can torque that good. Get that bolt off. My God. Okay, here we go. Okay, so, yeah, looks like I got it loose. I can just ratchet it now in between these frickin' stupid things here. What a stupid thing. Okay, it looks like that is the last bolt because the calipers are threatening to come off now. Okay, so as soon as I get that bolt out, oh gosh, these things are going to start falling. Oh God. Okay, again, that bolt is right down here. See if we can see that. Oh. Anyway, right down between these things right there. Okay, what a nightmare. Okay, I just got that last bolt out, and the calipers are loose. They're completely loose. Okay, I'll try to set these someplace. Let's see if I can pull this rotor off. Oh my God, really? It's nothing easy. Okay, anyway, that's the bolt that came out of the other side of the caliper. We'll put that with the rest of our bolts, so hopefully we don't lose them. Okay. And I'm not sure if this thing is rusted on or what. We can tap it off. Come on. For real? Is there something else holding this stupid thing on? I got that bolt out. This is a stupid rubber thing, but I don't think that's holding it on. It's just rubber. Oh my God. There, I'm gonna have to work with this a little bit. Maybe spray some more WD-40 on this whole thing and see if I can get it off. Oh my God. Let's try spraying this. So much fun. Okay. Wow. Okay, so I actually undid the handbrake inside the car, and now not only does the thing spin, but it's free to come off now. And I wonder, oh, look at that. Oh my God. It's not only disc brakes, it is a drum brake inside as well. Oh, my buddy was right about that. Ouch. So the handbrakes must be drum brakes. Oh my God. You gotta be freaking kidding me. Do these gotta be replaced too? It has disc and drum brakes in there. Holy cow. I've never replaced drum brakes before. How crazy. Wow. Okay, I'm going to have to look up something about this and see what's got to be done here. Oh man, these look horrible. Look at that. Wow. Okay, here we go. I've been examining this inner brake thing because I was worried about what's making that noise, and I've decided that it looks like it's going to be a pain to try to change all these parts, because you probably got to take the hub off here and probably wreck the bearings when you do that, and you have to replace the hub and everything, and it looks like a freaking nightmare inside of there. And it's still working, so I guess if it's not broken, don't fix it. We'll see if we can get away with that. And I talked to my buddy at work. He suggested using brake cleaner and just spraying it in there. It's all rusty and dirty and everything. And if there's some junk in there making that noise, if that's the problem, hopefully we can wash it out with our brake cleaner. Okay? And I guess I'll just put the rotors back on and reassemble it and the new pads and see if that fixes the problem. Okay, here we go. Clean all that up in there. Good. Get this junk out of there. Oh, it's starting to look nice already. Look at that. Wow. Okay, well, let me clean this up, then maybe we'll get this thing back together again. Very cool, I can see metal again, look at that. Okay. Well, maybe this will do the trick. Okay, so here's our new rotor here. And don't forget to reuse that screw that you took out. Oh gosh. Okay. So this has got to be lined up so that this, okay, this hole here, I believe it's got to go where those threads are, because you got to put that screw back in them. So let's get this lined up here. That thread's right there. Right there. Let's see. Let me take a look. This thread's right there. And we have a hole right there. And it looks like they will line up perfectly. Look at that. Okay. There we go. And here's our screw, and it fits right back in there, like so. I had to buy a super big Phillips screwdriver to take this stupid screw out. There's some kind of rubber thing that, okay, there we go. There's some kind of rubber thing there, I don't know. See if I can find that. Maybe I got to stuff it back in the hole. Okay. Very cool. Look at that. Okay. Hopefully that fixes that sound with the brakes. Okay, I pulled that little rubber plug thing out of the other one. Looks like it's got a flat on one side, so maybe we line it up with that. Stick that thing back in there. I can. Wow. There we go. I don't know what that's for, but looks good. Okay, got the new brakes all dirty. The next thing we have to do, I guess, is probably recompress that solenoid there. And I have a C-clamp, so I'll see if I can get that out and try to recompress that. I gotta big ass C-clamp in here. Where is it? I'll have to look for it, I guess. Okay, so here's our C-clamp. And I'm going to try to... Probably going to need two hands because I got to hold that caliper in place. You can use this to compress that solenoid in there. Okay, let me see if I can get that. Okay, there's our solenoid. Okay. I don't want to put too much pressure on this brake line here. Okay, let's take a look here. So I flipped this part of the caliper up. I was able to get the C-clamp in position like that. And okay, if you can see that. I could probably put this inside the solenoid, and I'll just crank it down. And I'm going to need two hands to hold this stupid thing up. Let me get that cranked down a little bit, and we'll see how that works. Okay, here we go. I got the C-clamp on top up there, and I'm just cranking it down. Okay, and I'll hopefully push that solenoid back into place. Actually, I don't know if I have to be on the outside of it or not. You would think the inside would press it in. Let's see if we can press it in like this. Okay. Oh gosh. Let me work on this for a little bit. Okay, there we go. So I think we were able to compress it all the way in because this little boot thing is now all the way inside. And I think we might be good to start putting on the brake pads. Let's see if I can remember how to put those on. Okay. And then we can maybe get this thing back assembled and back on the car and we'll be done. Very cool, huh? Let me get the C-clamp back out of there. Okay, here we go. Here's our brake pads, and let's see what we got here. Oh, new clips. Okay, here's the actual pads, all wrapped up to keep them protected. And there we go. There's a new brake pad. Excellent. Okay, let me see if we can get these back into place. Okay, here we go. Got our brake pads and hardware here. Looks like they're different. This one's got a spring on that side and this one doesn't. And here's our springs that go at the end. And let's see if we can figure out how to stick these back in here like they're supposed to go. Okay. Now there we go. Remember, these springs went in here somehow like this. Oh gosh. Something like that. Let's see, I think they go down around that metal thing. Wow. Okay, let me fiddle with this and see if I can get these all in place. Okay, it looks like I let it sit overnight, and now I'm going to have to recompress this stupid solenoid thing again with the C-clamp. Here. That came back out. Oh, how much fun. Okay, let me get that compressed in there, and we'll try to do this again. Okay, it looks like the springs here, I got the caliper opened like this, okay, and looks like those springs fit into this part up here like so, where those little tabs go up into that metal thing. Okay, let's see if we can get it in there, in position. Okay, I think it might need a screwdriver to kind of force it in there, but it looks like it fits in there like that, and then the brake pads will be on either side. It'll grab it like so. Okay, and the other spring is going to go on the other side, counter to that. Okay, I'm just trying to test fit things together, and it looks like I need to compress that solenoid thing in a whole lot more because there's got to be enough room for the rotor to go between these guys, and the rotor's like over a quarter inch thick, 3/8 of an inch thick. These have no room. I thought I had them compressed all the way. I'm gonna have to compress this solenoid a lot more than that in order to get those in. Okay. Get my C-clamp back out and compress it some more. Okay, there we go. I think I got it compressed all the way, so it should look something like that when it's compressed all the way in. And let me get the C-clamp out of there. Okay. We'll try test fitting the brakes again, see if we got enough room. Okay, there we go. Look at that. Now we got lots of room in between the two pads to fit our calipers. Okay. Let me see if I can get these springs and the brakes all in place and put this thing back together. Okay, so I think I'm getting it in there about the right way. It's not really seeming to fit too well, but I'm working on it. Seems like those springs have some kind of thing that goes in between these metal opening here. Oh. Okay, so I think I'm getting it in there. Okay, I got the springs, I think, in the right orientation. These springs have some kind of thing that fit in between these metal things here. I'm trying to get this pad slid in there, and it's really not fitting too well. I'm going to have to fiddle with it some more. I have to get both pads in there somehow. Anyway, hopefully we can do that. Okay, so I think I'm getting close to getting these things in there, right? Oh, jeez, this is still not fitting in there. I'm still having problems getting this other side in. I think that one, the back one's totally in, but this front one is not clearing the spring. I'm going to have to fiddle with it some more. But I think they're in the right orientation and everything. Okay, so we'll see if we can get those in place, then we can stick the calipers back onto the new rotor. Okay, I think I figured out what the problem is. This thing was so rusty that the part of the old clamp rusted onto this, and now there's not enough clearance for the brakes to go in there. So I'm going to try to break this back away, this rust. Oh, look at that. See, it came right off. So maybe there will be enough room for the brake pads now, because it was not fitting in there. Because it just, like, had rust. The rust expanded or something, I don't know. I didn't have enough room to even get in there. Wow. Unbelievable. Okay, so after clearing that rust out of there, it looks like I was able to get them in there okay, into the sockets where they belong. Let's, oh, come on. That might be too far apart. I gotta move the caliper a little bit. Get this thing closed up, maybe. I gotta push them in a little bit more. Okay. It's not quite clearing. Where it's gotta go in there. Okay, so let me fiddle with this a little bit, and I think our caliper will be ready to put on the rotor. Okay, so looks like I have these, oh gosh, pretty much in place, and they fit around the rotor. I just need to push the front ones in a little bit because they're not quite seating inside the caliper here. Okay. Stop this. Okay, so I tapped those brake pads in a little bit, and now it looks like the caliper fits down over that. And I think we're almost ready to start putting, let's get some light on here, bolts into the whole thing. Take a look here. Okay, this guy's not quite clearing. I gotta push him in, I guess. Come on. Anyway. So I think we just about got the caliper ready to go back on. Very cool. With our new brake pads and everything. Okay. It's just not clearing back here. It's got some kind of rubber thing that I gotta push in, maybe. Maybe I gotta slide the brake pads around a little bit more so they'll fit into place. Okay. Okay, I just got a screwdriver back behind there and pried it out a little bit. Force this whole assembly together. And so now, see, this caliper slid back down over that. I think we're good to go. Just gotta start putting the bolts in. Get this thing assembled again. Very cool, huh? Okay, make sure this brake thing doesn't fall down. I'm putting this first bolt in up here. So this goes through something that holds it on the body and then holds it right to the caliper right there like that. Okay. I got this bolt back in place. And I'll get the rest of the bolts in. Okay. Okay, so let's get our other bolts in the impossible place to put it in. Down here, where we had to remove that bar that goes under here. That bolt goes right inside of there. And we'll get both of these tightened up. See if I can get a good look in there. Look at that. Who would design such a thing? That's so terrible. I can't believe this. Get this tightened up some. Okay. Oh, I gotta get it lined up with the calipers. It's gonna take two hands to do that. Okay. Okay, and I had one smaller bolt that I took out of the caliper up here. That holds the calipers together. Okay. And I'll get all those tightened up, and then I'll put that rocker arm back on, and I think we should be done. Okay, don't forget to tighten up these bolts, because you don't want them to fall off while you're driving around or something. That would be terrible. Okay. Okay, here we go. Here's that suspension arm thing, whatever. Time to get this thing back on here. And remember this, I left the bolt in there in the right direction, so I can remember which way this thing goes up here. And, oh gosh, fit it back up into there. I gotta take that bolt off. I think I'm gonna put this side on first, the caliper side, and then try to fit the other end on. I gotta figure out where that was bolted again. Okay. Okay, so I had to kind of get that arm in place because it's got to go above a bunch of stuff up there. And then I was sliding the bolt in. Here, let's take a look here. On the back, getting that bolt slid into place. Here we go. Come on, slide it into there. And then I can get the nut on the other side over here, like so. And I'll just get my wrench out. So I gotta hold the other side of this nut because it's a through bolt and tighten that one up, and then I can try to get the other end connected way up in there. How fun, huh? Okay, I got my wrench on the back bolt back there and tighten it up in the front here. Okay. I think we got that rocker arm or stabilizer arm or whatever it is on there pretty good. Okay. Very cool, huh? Okay, so here I'll come under the back of the car like so. And we got our, where is our camera here? Here's our bolt. And there is the rocker arm there. So I'm gonna kind of come in under. Stick that bolt in there like so. Gotta get it lined up. Okay. And we'll try to tighten it in. Okay. There we go. I have to move the whole suspension around before I get that bolt into place. What a pain. Gosh. Okay, so it appears that that last bolt on the rocker arm is not lining up. Let's take a look under there. Okay, And so I figured out that if I compress the spring up a little bit, then it will line up. So this whole rocker arm's got to be pushed up. So I got my handy dandy super jack here, and I'll just see that, compress it up a little bit. We'll see if we can get the bolt in there. I can stand outside the car so I don't maybe get killed. Oh, try to get it lined up. It's getting close. Look at that, it's really close. I might have compressed it a little bit too much. Let me let it down a little bit. Okay. Try that again. See if I can get this bolt lined up. Back there. Okay. See if it's getting better or not. Oh, come on. Maybe compress it a little bit more. Okay. Come on. Oh, maybe that's not going to work. Getting close enough? Well, I think it's pretty close now. Okay. Press it a little bit more. Bolt's getting pretty close in there. Gotta get here, turn the light here. Gotta get that bolt there lined up with the hole. I think it's just about in. Okay. Yeah, I think it's in. Yeah, I think I do have it in finally. It looks like maybe compressing that whole thing with the hydraulic jack helping me get that last bolt lined up, which would be impossible to get in there. Yeah, look, it's really close now. See if I pull that out a little bit and see. Oh, come on. Come on. Stupid bolt. It's really close to being lined up now. It's not lined up. Look at that. I think it's going to go in the hole. Okay. There we go. I just got to get under there and screw it in, but I think it's lined up now. Thanks for putting the jack under there. Very cool, huh? Okay, I finally got that bolt into place in there. Let's just tighten her up, I guess. Oh, come on. There we go. I think we're making progress. I think this is the last thing we need to do. And we'll be all done then. Very cool, huh? Okay, here we go. Okay. Okay, it looks like I have that bar finally tightened out, that stabilizer bar or whatever. And I think we're good to go. Very cool, huh? And the last thing to do is get the tire back on. And there we go. I think that we are all done. Okay, very cool. Anyway, that's how you change the rotors and the brake pads on your Kia Optima. This is Dr. James, and thanks for watching.